Hey guys, welcome to another video. So, today's video we are going to be testing a whole bunch of things. If you haven't seen a video from me in a little while, we have built a studio. For today's video, we are... Probably should take that one off. Okay. Built a studio, we've got a desk, we're going to be setting up a computer on the desk. For today's video, we're going to be looking at what is a inverter setup. So we've got power coming in. This is a 50 amp oscillator, so I can switch it on and switch off. We're running it down to a dual socket plug point, so I can switch off and switch on. And then we will be plugging an inverter into, mounting it here. So as you can see, the two pieces of wood, mounting it here, and then plugging it into a socket point for what is going to be my new studio. So look forward to that and stay tuned as we build ourselves an inverter system. Okay, so yeah, inverter. We've got two batteries. The batteries that we got here are CS, I think it's CSB batteries. If we can get the camera to focus a little bit on that. These are 12 volt, 390 watt per cell. So yeah, it's about 100 amp hour batteries. I'll put the specs on the screen. One of the biggest things the differences between an inverter and a UPS is in fact the batteries. So these type of batteries are able to put out a lot of power at a lot more time. So UPSs generally come with 7 amp hour batteries. Okay, so and then for the basically, I had a subwoofer box lying around, so we're going to connect these things onto a subwoofer box, just for the batteries to be on top so that they're closer to the bottom of the inverter. These cables, as you can see, are pretty thin in comparison to the ones that I've replaced it with. So I'm going to be looking at changing out these back cables, making them a thicker gauge. These ones here I think are about 4 mil thick, and these are actually speaker wire, not speaker wire, amplifier wire, so for amplifiers. I actually bought the system in the beginning of the year. I've just recently upgraded the batteries. I was testing it up until some time that I was finished with this studio. So we've got about 105 amp hour. They're actually more than 105 amp hour. These are deep cycle batteries, proper deep cycle batteries, not the dodgy ones. I'm going to be changing out these cables, if you can see here. So these cables are going to change out, and then yeah, these ones here are going to change out. This is basically, I had these lying around. This is a fuse for a car amplifier. Fits pretty well. We have got what's the names. I have got heat shrink for these connections, and I might just put those on for the time being. We'll see how it goes because it's quite easy to put on. And then we put a fuse in here, and then we're good to go. I did break it between the two sections instead of from the positive up, and it's recommended that you do it from the positive to the what's the name, but this allows me just to disconnect the batteries if I need to. So yeah, so that's the system. Let's change out the wires and connect it up and get it up and running. Okay, so we have got on, just excuse those cables there. The one's fiber and the other one's another Cat 6 cable going back into the house. So we've got power on our oscillator down to our plugs. We've got power on our plugs. We've got the cable looping round into the bottom of the inverter. Then we've got inverter on, and if we can focus on the inverter, we've got battery feeding lights. And if you have a look here, that would be incoming power. There is none, because obviously we're in the middle of load shedding. If we go down to the plug, so here's our plug point. You can see I can switch it off, and then it switches off there. These two things I will be replacing. I have got other ones for them, but as a temporary solution, it is mounted onto a piece of wood. So if we put it on, there we got power there. And then let's plug something in. So we can plug this is my extension, we can plug an extension in, and there we go, we have got light. So, I mean, that's the build. So, this is basically a setup so that I can run my gaming PC, and then once I've cleaned up all of my mess, we should be good to go. At the moment, if we shift over to we can actually go up and down, and if we go down, let's have a look here. At the moment we're pulling 1 amp, watts, we've got no load in watts, we've got 25.5 volts because it's 2 batteries connected together, percentage, and there we go. That's the system up and running. And to give you an idea, apart from lights, I have also reconnected. So this is what we're powering at the moment. You see the light flickering there. We have got 2 things connected to it. One is a router, the other is so this is for fiber and this is for Wi-Fi. So easy as that. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos where the stuff that I've got at the moment I'm going to be testing and building, and yeah, have a good one, and we will catch you guys again.